Last week, we talked about 4chan's official response to the UK's Office of Communications, where it seemed like Ofcom was trying to censor 4chan. 4chan responded, but now they're taking it even further by bringing forth litigation against the UK's Office of Communications, of course, aka that being Ofcom. As you can see right here on screen too, we've got the official legal document. But before we get to this, let's have a really quick recap on the first response that 4chan made because 1, it was hilarious. 2, for anyone who may have missed it, this should just take about a minute. So Bjorn and Storm, the attorneys representing 4chan, had said, according to press reports, the UK Office of Communication, aka Ofcom, has issued a provisional notice under the Online Safety Act alleging a contravention by 4chan and indicating an intention to impose a penalty of £20,000 plus daily penalties thereafter. 4chan is a United States company incorporated in Delaware with no establishment, assets, or operations in the UK. Any attempt to impose or enforce a penalty against 4chan will be resisted in U.S. federal court. American businesses do not surrender their First Amendment rights because a foreign bureaucrat sends them an email. Under settled principles of U.S. law, American courts will not enforce foreign penal fines or censorship codes. If necessary, we will seek appropriate relief in U.S. federal court to confirm these principles. United States federal authorities have been briefed on this matter. The Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, was reportedly warned by the White House to cease targeting Americans with UK censorship codes, according to reporting in The Telegraph on July 30th. Despite these warnings, Ofcom continues its illegal campaign of harassment against American technology firms. A political solution to this matter is urgently required, and that solution must come from the highest levels of American government. We call on the Trump administration to invoke all diplomatic and legal levers available to the United States to protect American companies from extraterritorial censorship mandates. Our client reserves all rights. Indeed, Ofcom has been going after many U.S. companies, also including Rumble, where Rumble issued this email in response, which was also hilarious, which reads, Dear Redacted, thank you for your follow-up email. Rumble has not finally determined whether the Online Safety Act applies to us, but we're inclined at this point in time to think that it does not. We do not have a significant number of online users in the UK, nor is the UK a target market for us. And while Rumble is capable of being accessed by UK users, we do not believe there is a material risk of significant harm to UK users of Rumble. As such, we do not believe that a call is necessary at this time. Kind regards, Redacted. So presumably Ofcom wanted to call up Rumble here and kind of like threaten them probably to bow down to what they're demanding Rumble to do. And they're just like, nah, we don't believe a call is necessary. Kind regards, by the way. One last thing I want to show you really quick because, again, this is freaking hilarious and just makes Ofcom look so bad. And then we'll get to 4chan's response where they're now bringing forth litigation against Ofcom. But on top of Ofcom trying to censor US-based companies, they were also begging YouTube to help them, begging YouTube to boost UK media. Like, we'll just read these bullet points really quick. The headline from BBC, UK broadcasters need urgent boost from YouTube. Look at this. Again, we're just going to read this part. Ofcom urges YouTube to boost the visibility of UK public service media to protect its future. Children now watch far more on YouTube than public service broadcasters, including the BBC, ITV, and Channel 4. The system is now under serious threat, warns the media regulator, that being Ofcom. Highlighting financial and audience challenges. Only about 20% of YouTube content viewed in the UK is actually made in the UK. They're like literally begging YouTube to freaking promote their media. It's just so funny. They're trying to like threaten YouTube and other US companies while simultaneously also begging YouTube for help, man. That's Ofcom for you. All right, that takes us back over to 4chan is suing the UK government over their speech laws. The opening is quite something. Here we go. Plaintiffs 4chan Community Support LLC and Lolcow LLC, through their undersigned counsel, allege and say as follows for their complaint against defendant Ofcom. So Kiwi Farms is also being represented here, as you can see. 1. The internet is a global system of communication between computer servers located in data centers around the world. Despite the internet's global reach, it is more or less universally acknowledged that the internet is predominantly an American innovation built by American citizens, residents, and companies, and that the United States has the largest and most thriving technology sector of any G7 member state. 2. Foreign governments, particularly those in Europe, which have not managed to build technology sectors of their own, have for the past half decade or more sought to control the American internet and hobble American competitiveness through a range of legislative and non-legislative initiatives. These foreign governments have threatened American and other non-European entrepreneurs, I was like checking out to see if I was blocking this. I'm blocking a little bit. I'm sorry. I tell you what, I'll just like eliminate myself for a second. These foreign governments have threatened American and other non-European entrepreneurs with a wide range of coercive threats, including fines, arrest, and imprisonment for engaging in conduct which is perfectly lawful in territories where their websites are based. And then we've got more info from the official managing partner for Bjorn and Storm. Check it out. He says, on behalf of our clients, 4chan and Kiwi Farms, the law firms of Bjorn and Storm and Coleman Law Firm have today filed a federal lawsuit against the UK Office of Communications, aka Ofcom, in DC federal court. Preston Bjorn of Bjorn and Storm PC counsel for the plaintiffs said, American citizens do not surrender our constitutional rights just because Ofcom sends us an email. In the face of these unlawful foreign demands, our clients have bravely chosen to assert their constitutional rights. The UK Online Safety Act is a brazen attempt by a foreign country to hobble American competitiveness and suffocate American freedom by exporting the UK censorship laws to our shores. If foreign countries feel like bullying Americans, that is their prerogative. The First Amendment bar is prepared to hail any foreign censor into federal court at any time to defend any American. Ronald Coleman of the Coleman Law Firm PC counsel for the plaintiffs said, with this action, our clients defend the free speech rights of every American. Foreign interference of the type seen in this case is precisely what the First Amendment is meant to protect against. We have asked the court to confirm that Ofcom has no authority to impose or enforce unconstitutional UK laws on American soil. Bro, Ofcom is going to be so freaking mad. And then we've got the full complaint right here, which is 22 pages long. And guys, I've read thousands of legal pages before during the VIX stuff, but I've read them on stream. I don't really feel like reading 22 pages off stream doing this. And I don't really stream anymore either, but like it'd be cool to get back into it one day. My point is I'm making excuses for why I don't want to read 22 pages right now in a video. However, we'll at least take a look at the last section here, prayer for relief, as this outlines what Kiwi Farms and 4chan want. They say, wherefore plaintiffs respectfully request that this court enter judgment in their favor and against defendant and grant the following relief. A declaration that Ofcom's attempts to serve process on the plaintiffs were improper and invalid. A permanent injunction prohibiting Ofcom from issuing any further orders or demands to the plaintiffs without proper service through the US-UK Mutual Legal Assistance Treaty or other proper international legal process. A declaration that Ofcom's orders and demands are unenforceable in the United States as inconsistent with the First, Fourth, and Fifth Amendments to the United States Constitution, the Speech Act, the Communications Decency Act, and U.S. public policy. A permanent injunction prohibiting Ofcom from enforcing or attempting to enforce the Online Safety Act against the plaintiffs in the United States, and such other and further relief as the courts deems just and proper. Excuse me, that's court, not courts. But anyways, this section is particularly interesting right here. A declaration that Ofcom's orders and demands are unenforceable in the United States, as that seems like it could set a legal precedent or reinforce current precedent against Ofcom and make it nigh impossible for them to go after other US-based companies over the UK's Online Safety Act, like we're seeing already. Now, of course, there's already a bunch of issues with Ofcom trying to do this in the first place, but I'm just saying, like, this seems like it could be another huge blow against Ofcom. Now, let's hop back over to Preston Bjorn's Twitter account, because there was a bit more that he had to say. He says, I add, Ofcom gave our client 4chan a deadline to respond to their letters. The deadline passed yesterday. This lawsuit is our client's response. To be clear, I love the UK. I spent 15 years of my life there. Virtually all of my friends are there. I hope to go back one day. But the UK has gone off the rails in the last 25 years. I can be more effective as a UK free speech activist from the USA. My gosh, isn't that a sad state of affairs in the UK, man? I know a lot of people there are not happy with what's going on either. And lastly, Preston says, indeed. At one point, I was eligible for indefinite leave to remain, pathway to a passport. I declined to pursue it because I considered that too much of a risk to my personal freedom. The intervening years have shown that my instincts on that point were right. And I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. If you enjoyed my coverage, please also consider liking and or subscribing. It helps out greatly. And it's hilarious how much the Online Safety Act has backfired against Ofcom so far, as it's being reported that kids in the UK are using VPNs more than ever now. Like, the Online Safety Act actually just caused them to use more VPNs, which is something Ofcom really didn't want to happen and has already been upset about. And on top of that, they're being laughed at all across the world and now also being sued by American companies. So yeah, once again, thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. I'll see you there and in the next one.